Hi, I'm Brennan Gurley, and here's what's making headlines across East Texas. Kirk County officials confirmed Monday night that the death toll is over 100, including adults and children, following the deadly flash floods. Those floods initially hit the hill country around 4 a.m. on Friday, causing massive damage and leading to search and rescue efforts across the region. As families rush to Kirk County, desperately searching for their missing loved ones, one woman is holding on to hope that her father and stepmother are still alive. CBS 19's Ayanna Aird shares her story.
I do know though, like if my dad knew that there was a flood, this capacity coming, he would not be down there at that campground that night.
Kirk County officials confirmed more victims have been recovered as search efforts continue. Among the missing are Jamie Barrett's father, Richard Paygard, his wife, Carol Andrews, and their dog, Poppy.
I don't know how many times I tried to call the Red Cross and the Sheriff's Department on Friday, and posting everywhere on Facebook and doing everything I can to get out there and get more information also on just like how to find them.
The couple sold their home in East Texas and moved to the HTR Texas Hill Country campgrounds, one of the hardest hit areas by the floods.
Just to kind of imagine maybe what my father went through. Like, I know he's a really strong man and not scared of anything. Even any type of body of water. Like when I was growing up, he was a surfer. So, getting pulled under and stuff like that, that's nothing he can not manage.
Flood waters surged rapidly, rising 26 feet on the Guadalupe River in just 45 minutes. Jamie believes her father's instinct was protecting his wife, Carol, on top of helping others.
Trying to imagine where they are right now and hoping that there's somewhere still, we can still find them safe and alive is something I'm trying to cling to right now, but also trying to go down the worst case scenario for our family as well. It's just
now Jamie and her family are focused on searching for their loved ones and their dog.
I'm still trying to remain very hopeful.
In a press conference Monday morning, Senator Ted Cruz delivered remarks on the tragic situation. He says Texas always comes together in the times of need.
Search and rescue is the first stage. But the process of coming together and rebuilding is going to take longer.
I just hope that there's some happy stories coming out of this and some happy endings.
I'm Ayanna Aird, CBS 19.
And questions are now being raised about the speed of the initial emergency response and the overall preparedness of local officials. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz visited the area, meeting with grieving families and calling the tragedy one that has shaken the entire state.
This is an unspeakable tragedy that has touched Texans across our great state, but we will come through this because we'll come together and we will help each other come through this.
Senator Cruz says he's been in contact with both local leaders and President Trump, who assured him that Texas will have everything it needs for search efforts and the recovery ahead. An East Texas ministry is stepping up to support survivors. Patrick Johnson with J-Star Ministries loaded up donations in Tyler on Sunday. Supplies collected from local churches, organizations, and neighbors across East Texas. Monday morning, he was on the road to Kerrville, delivering those essentials to families impacted by the disaster. One of his stops, Ingram Elementary, where he dropped off toiletries, food, and water. Johnson says the response from the community was heartfelt and the gratitude was overwhelming.
And it's a great feeling, but it's also motivation. And it lets you know that you're making a difference. I always talk about being mad, but East Texas, I don't say we really are making a difference in the lives of the people down here at such a critical, point in time in their life or whatever. And so I'm truly grateful.
Neighbors helping neighbors. Johnson says he plans to return in a week with even more donations. For decades, Kirk County's Camp Mystic has changed the lives of young women in the Lone Star State, providing girls with lifelong friends and role models. CBS 19's Will Riddell spoke to an East Texan who's been attending the camp for years and witnessed the devastating impacts of the flood firsthand.
Lily Langston saw the destruction up close. She's the activities director at Camp Mystic's Cypress Lake Camp, which sits on higher ground than the Guadalupe side, where campers were forced to flee.
They were all soaking wet. They'd been awake since 1 a.m. Most of them had floated and swam out of their cabins to higher ground. And they came over still in their PJs, some of them clutching stuffed animals, some of them not, barefoot, muddy, soaking wet, freezing, starving.
In a matter of hours, a place known for laughter and tradition turned into a scene of survival.
We had babies that were climbing up to the hillsides to different places. They were climbing up barefoot. We had girls floating on mattresses, just trying to get to safety.
The floodwaters took a heavy toll, with Camp Mystic publicly mourning the loss of campers and counselors after the Guadalupe River rose swiftly.
When we get campers, they become our babies. Like, most of the time, you'll see counselors on closing day sobbing because for the 2 weeks, for the month, for however long those kids are staying, those are our kids.
Langston's ties to Camp Mystic run deep, as this was her 11th summer there, 8 of those summers spent on the Guadalupe camp.
I know that place has changed the lives of so many women throughout the years, including my life.
Now, Langston is uncertain of the camp's future, but she's hoping it will someday continue to impact the young women of Texas.
They started this camp in the middle of the Great Depression. Like, if there is any place that can bounce back from this, it is Camp Mystic. We're just working on getting through what we can get through and praying for the best for everyone.
Reporting for CBS 19, I'm Will Riddell.
And people in Central Texas need our help. Our parent company, Tegna, owns 11 stations across Texas, and we're joining forces to make a difference. That's why we've launched the Tegna Texas Flood Relief Fund. You can help right now by scanning that QR code on your screen to make a tax-deductible donation. Every dollar goes straight to local nonprofits on the ground, supporting the communities hit hardest by these floods. That's a wrap of your East Texas headlines. I'm Brennan Gurley.